all present here. Today, I, Vinod Sharma, is here to put through my stance for the motion. Elections are not the sole manifestations of a true democracy. We all live in a democratic country, right? Now just imagine if India was all about elections and nothing else. Would you perceive yourself to be studying in an institution like this? Or do I see myself standing before you and speaking freely? Or would we ever gather as one community because there was no equality for regions, no secularism? And the crucial one. Mr. Modi must have taken up on his prime ministership until he ages up to 85. Am I pointing out at Russia? I am actually pointing out at Putin. We all know the kind of democracy that is prevailing in Pakistan. I mean, is it even a democracy? Moving on. Parliamentary elections were held in Pakistan in February 2024, and one community called Ahmadiyas, they were excluded from the electoral process. Can you imagine the reason for it? Varied religious beliefs. Yes, you heard that right. The only condition that was stated forward for them to be a part of electoral procedure was either they had to denounce their faith or they had to vote from a separate list, non-Muslims. How fair is that? Yeah, I mean obviously we support the concept of democracy because of elections itself. Rule of law, human rights, civil liberties, are they even something? We're all also aware of the military coups that have happened in Pakistan. Only 12 to 14, not a big number, right? Coming back to the stance of free and fair elections. Free and fair elections are definitely necessary, but they are not the sufficient criteria for democracy. I can recall of one example here, that is of South Africa. For those who believe that elections are the supreme condition for democracy, there is South Africa, where elections are just administrative formalities. I mean, just filling up the ballot boxes behind closed doors because we have to legitimize economic and political preeminence of one group. I mean, for those who still believe that democracy has a sole notion of elections, do we consider what elections are nowadays based on? Religious propaganda or unfair practices for which Mr. Donald Trump was booked lately? I have one last pitch to you. I mean, imagine for yourself if it was possible for you to reside in a country like India with this much ease had elections been the sole criteria. I mean, when you went to vote, your religion would hinder. When you went to the court, your decisions would falter upon. And most importantly, notice, when you went to vote, the only option you had was Rahul Gandhi. No offense, please. As stated in Athenian constitution, call it democratia if its citizens are involved in nation states, considering it as their sacred duty and fulfilling all-time occupation. Thank you. With this, I rest my case. I hope I was relevant enough.